Hi, I'm Debbie Peterson, founder of the Wellness Gala. We promote the healing benefits of integrative medicine and holistic choices available to everyone. I've experienced their life-changing results firsthand, and I can't wait to share these options with you on our show, Balance Your Life. Each week, along with my co-hosts, Barb and Dina, we'll be bringing you experts in fitness, food, health, beauty, and wellness, with options, tips, and techniques for a balanced mind, body, and spirit. On today's episode, we talk with Ray Sette, who gives us his astrological and spiritual insights. Then we visit Starseed Bakery, where they are 100% gluten, soy, dairy, and GMO-free. And then we talk with Cynthia Murphy, life mastery coach, about all her wonderful programs. Hi, everyone. We're here today with Ray Sette, who is a spiritualist, which means he is a psychic medium, astrologer, and so much more, which I will let. So, Ray, thanks for coming back again.
Well, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. Yes, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So do you want to tell everybody, for those of the people that have missed you being on before, what exactly all those titles mean?
Well, there's a lot that goes under that umbrella.
Yes.
You know, basically a spiritualist is, I work with energy, I work with spirit, I work with the human potential, if you will.
Okay.
You know, that's kind of my mission statement.
I love
it.
Yep.
You know, I believe that every one of us has a very specific and unique human potential that we've come into this embodiment to demonstrate. You know, and that's one of the many reasons why we look at an astrological chart. I observe that as being our spiritual DNA. You know, and when you look at that chart, you can see every facet of someone's life, as well as all the people in the person's life. You just need to know where to look for all of that. That's the basis, you know, and how all of that is going to play out is based on our free will. You know, I always emphasize that whenever we look ahead, nothing's absolute, nothing's guaranteed, nothing's written in stone. You know, so many times I hear people say to me, oh, you know what, I'm afraid of what you might say. I'm like, no. No, you got to get rid of that thought. I will always, if I observe something that may potentially seem to be adverse or negative, I will always offer my understanding as to why something is occurring. Also, two, how to perhaps offset some of the negative influences. It's just understanding how to work with the vibrational frequencies of the energy. If you're always focusing on the negative, low vibration, that's what you're going to bring to form.
Sure.
Again,
Sure.
right. It's a right.
Yeah, but
Law of attraction thing. Yes.
Absolutely, yes. You know, the planetary influences, these cycles, they don't have power over us. We're here to work with those energies.
Okay.
And we create more favorable outcomes when we understand how to work in alignment with all of these possibilities.
Right. So if someone is hearing a prediction or a warning, let's say, and not an extreme word, warning, but they're hearing something, it is just an opportunity to make a different choice and to avoid it and go a different way. Rather than saying, doomsday, this is what's going to happen.
Right.
Let's change steps.
That's a good point.
Love it.
You know, I will always, first and foremost, part of what I do is to empower whoever I speak with, whether it's one-on-one or if someone reads my forecasts. And whenever I write, like, for example, my forecast, if I observe something potentially to be negative or adverse, I will always offer suggestions how to counteract the negative.
That's good. Yeah.
It's working with the energy.
Okay.
Right. You are so evolved, because this is where our spiritual workers are starting to really make a difference and evolve. It's not just, here's your message.
No.
It's here's the support, and here's the guidance, and here's what you can do next. And it's so important. But Ray is amazing with that in his work.
You know, I will always offer my understanding as to why I'm being given something. You know, there's a reason. I always say we're not here to do psychic parlor tricks. You know, they're
right.
Although they're fun.
Well, yeah. Although, you know, there's always a greater purpose understanding as to why spirit is sharing with us information.
Right.
It's to guide us. It's to inspire us. You know, it's to help us navigate some difficult times, but also too, you know, to understand and recognize that your loved ones who have transitioned into the spirit realm, they're still with you.
Yeah, that's the best.
You know, and they so want us to know that they are continually part of our lives. We're just not taught to recognize those connections, you see?
Right.
Right.
And they hear us, and they're
Of,
right
oh,
there.
of course they
Yeah.
do.
So we
Of
can
course
ask
they
them
do.
for help, and I mean,
We just have to learn how to listen. That's the thing. We're
Yeah.
not taught
That's right.
how to listen.
right. That's
You know,
so
like
true.
for example, conventional, modalities, they talk about, praying and all, which I'm not discrediting that. However, we're not taught to listen
Yes, right.
We're not taught to receive either.
and to
Right?
receive.
We ask and it is
Mhm.
given, but if we ask and we just keep asking, we're not making any room for receiving.
Sometimes
Yeah.
we have to be the transmitter, and sometimes we need to be the receiver. If we're
Well
always
said.
transmitting,
Well said.
we're not receiving.
I like that.
And that's kind of one of those things. We've all hear about the Mercury retrogrades.
Yeah.
And everybody observes that as being a dreaded time, which again, if you're understanding how to work with the energy, you counteract any of the potential adverse effects. For example, a part of a Mercury retrograde is to receive.
Ooh.
I always say during a Mercury retrograde, you recognize and honor all the RE words.
Oh,
I
love
interesting.
that.
I wish we knew this
I
years
love-
ago.
me too,
Okay.
Because
yeah.
I don't look
Yes.
for that as an excuse, but I'll
yeah. Right.
feel it and I'm like, oh, Mercury
And sometimes,
retrograde.
but sometimes we'll feel it more than others. Not
Yeah.
everyone is going to feel a certain planetary influence in the same way another will, because as we were talking about, everything is measured astrologically in degrees and minutes. And when those alignments are more exacting, that's when you feel it more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like for example, twice a year we have eclipses. Some will feel it more than others.
Right.
It's all dependent upon how you factor it into someone's astrological chart.
We're so happy to have you back on the panel. I'm just going to switch over to that.
I'm
because,
very excited
yes,
about
'cause,
that. Yes,
on
very
our last
exciting.
panel, Ray was on there. So this one's Sunday, November 10th.
Just for everyone to know a little bit about that panel, it was extraordinary because as our guests were coming up asking questions, they were getting diversified answers with support, like Ray is just describing, from Ray and from our other panelists. So it's a unique experience.
It really is. And you can ask any question.
Yeah.
I mean, love, business, what, I don't know. Speak to your loved ones who have passed.
Yeah.
Because we've just, it's the whole gamut.
And,
of
and
everything.
we
It
actually
really
have
is
no
hard to put
idea
into
where it's
words.
going.
No, we don't.
And
we have to just go with
We
it.
go
It's
with
kind
it.
of like, you really have,
Right.
it's like whenever I conduct an event, I have no idea what's going to happen or how it's
Right,
going to
that's
unfold.
great.
Right.
Right.
And the best thing for myself is to just energetically prepare myself so I
Yes.
can
Okay.
be very clear with what Spirit is sharing with
Yeah,
me.
that's great.
That I can share with others as well.
And this time our topic is the power of intuition. So,
And we are so being inspired to really trust our intuition
yes,
these days.
all of us.
I
Absolutely.
always say that, what, we all have these connections with spirit and energy. We're just not taught to recognize it.
Right.
And it doesn't necessarily indicate or suggest that we need to go out and conduct, readings, if you will.
Right.
But it's to recognize how spirit is guiding us, how spirit is inspiring us.
Right.
When spirit plants those seeds and taps you on the shoulder, in those
Try
moments,
to pay attention.
Yeah.
we need to quiet the mind and listen and receive what spirit is sharing with us. And
Right.
many times you've got to trust what's coming through, because
Yes.
sometimes they could be far-fetched. The information, the ideas, it might seem to be far-fetched and out of the realm of possibilities, but you got to trust. A big part of all of this
Absolutely.
is trusting.
Absolutely.
Just trusting
Oh,
the
yeah.
process.
I think
And
that's
that's
probably
the
the hard-
hardest part. Yeah,
Absolutely.
for people
It
is
can be.
trusting. that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
we're not really taught about trust. When we're clear, when we're anchored and are grounded, we know what to trust and what to stay away from. It's about being clear, about keeping your mind quiet
Right.
and grounding yourself with the energy of the earth.
Any tips on how people can do that?
I find one of the most effective ways at staying grounded is to walk barefoot in nature
Oh, yeah.
and
that's
really
great.
connect yourself with the
Yes.
energy of the earth and just be in nature.
Like walk around your
You know,
backyard or
Ray,
whatever.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
a question because I'm going
Sure.
to ask you the next step with that. So we stay grounded. We know how to ground. We get kicked out, right? Something happens, and I know I'm supposed to be grounded
Yeah.
to get back.
Yeah.
Give us a tool for when that happens, because
Yeah.
my thing is take a nap. But no,
Well,
we
it's
do
to
take a nap.
to be mindful of what is occurring.
Yeah.
And also recognize and have the courage to just kind of pull yourself out, but also to be very gentle with yourself. We're still human.
Yeah. Right.
Even
Good
I
advice.
myself,
Yeah.
I find every once in a while something might just kind of throw me, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're still human. We will have those moments, but allow them to just be moments. Don't allow them to become,
Go over
great
your whole-
big
Yeah,
scenarios.
yeah. Right.
You see, and
Right.
just, pull yourself back a little bit, brush yourself off, and just keep moving forward.
I think
Great.
I think
Thank
that's
you,
great
Ray.
advice. So Ray, could you give us a little bit about maybe some good news for 2025 or?
Well, one of the major occurrences that are happening for 2025 is that Pluto is changing signs. Now, the significance with that is Pluto remains in a sign about 20 some odd years. So the outer planets, they're referred to as the generational planets. Now, Pluto will be going into the sign of Aquarius. That's actually what's going to catapult the realms of spirituality and metaphysics into the next level.
Interesting.
Wherever Pluto transits, it transforms. It brings about powerful and profound changes, but it also provides the opportunity to tap into some of the greatest power and potential of the sign that it transits. You see? So the areas of spirituality as well as science and metaphysics are very much going to transform, but they're going to become what they really need to become.
Wonderful.
So that those realms can be in greater service to humanity. Because that's really
awesome.
Yeah, this
that's
is
really
a long
gonna
time
be-
in the making also.
Yes,
right?
yes,
It's a long
yes.
time in the coming for humanity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We've been doing this
It
a
is-
long time.
It's time. Oh,
it's-
yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so. But you know what?
And you can
Timing is
feel it.
always perfect. You
That's
can
right.
feel the shifts.
Yep.
Absolutely. You can feel these shifts.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
So-
Well, Ray,
Thanks,
thank
Ray.
you. Yes.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
My
Thanks
pleasure.
for being on again.
Thank you.
And of course,
Thank you for
we'll
having
see
me.
you at the panel on November
Absolutely.
10th.
November 10th.
Looking forward to
All
it.
right. Awesome. And we'll be right back. Join us for our new podcast, Balance Your Life, Our Evolving Consciousness, where we go deeper into everything spiritual.
We are so excited to share with you the questions and the information we have gathered
all these
behind the
years.
scenes. Behind the
Yes.
scenes. And we're going to have our guests on who you may know from the show, but we are going deeper. We are going to ask all
Hi, I'm Dr. John Marinkovic. I'm a chiropractor located in Paramus, New Jersey. My brother, Dr. Pete, and I developed the perfect pillow in order for you to have the perfect night's sleep. This pillow is so unique that it puts your neck in a proper position so you get the best night's sleep that you possibly can. And each one can be customized to fit your individual needs that matches to you and your bed. Come in to see me for your own personal consultation.
Hi, everyone. We're here today at Starseed Bakery in Rockaway, New Jersey, with the owner, Linda Begg. Linda, thank you for having us here today.
You're very welcome.
We are excited
Yes.
to hear all about this and to dive in.
Yes, and we're here at Starseed because they are gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, and GMO-free. Did I get that all?
Yep, that's a
Okay.
mouthful.
Okay.
And dyes, right? You cut out dyes also.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And also,
Dye-free.
we know you customize things, but we'll get into that. Tell us how you started, first of all.
I started 10 years ago, and I was doing activism about genetically modified foods and what they were doing to people's bodies. It was concerning me and causing inflammation. And I was also concerned, my husband had to go on a gluten and dairy-free diet. So
Okay.
those two things kind of converged at the same time.
Oh.
And so I decided I need to make food that people can eat that's healthy for them.
That's
So
great.
that's how it began.
Yeah, and now, wow, now you have an empire. Well,
Not quite, but it's
Getting
been
there.
growing every single year.
Yeah, well, 10 years, that's fantastic.
Yeah, more and more allergens that people have, or allergies, and
So you're in retail locations throughout our state,
we
correct?
are,
In the
yeah.
country, right?
Well, more the East Coast. We have a
Okay.
distributor, and they sell to natural health food stores up and down the East Coast. So we kind of are doing it all, and online ordering as well.
Well, this has
Fantastic.
become so mainstream, though, because it's such a needed thing, especially the gluten-free, I guess, would be the most prominent.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I know
it's
you're in
just growing.
ShopRite.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 It's just growing like crazy every single year because more and more people need. I mean, it's either from a health issue or they're voluntarily deciding to do something about their diet, or their kids have some kind of an issue because of maybe dyes in the foods.
Right.
It just keeps growing and growing, and then
does.
what's happening right now is everybody wants sugar-free. So
Oh,
since
okay.
sugar is an inflammatory food, I mean, we do make a lot of things that are with sugar, but we
Right.
also make a lot of things that are not, or foods that are with natural sweeteners.
So in addition to people making this changeover for medical reasons, they're making these choices and this changeover, and the health benefits are tremendous.
My husband had a diagnosis of colitis, so he had to eat gluten and dairy free. And they told him that he would have that for the rest of his life. Well, after 3 months, he was completely healed. And so I knew that we were onto something, and that people would heal from this, and it was so much better for them, and it would also be a way to teach people more about what genetically modified foods are doing to our microbiome. So it was sort of a win-win.
Right. Wow.
That's amazing.
And then how many products do you actually have? Do you know?
Oh, we have probably over 50 products, and there are many different categories. So we have a lot of products that are vegan. Since we're dairy-free, all we have to do is take out the eggs, and it becomes a vegan product.
Oh,
so
great.
in every category, the muffins, cakes, breads, pies, we have a lot of vegan
Right.
options.
Okay. That's great, because that's,
So-
of course, a growing genre. Is that the right word?
Very, very much so.
Okay.
And since I began, it was just more and more demand. So then we kept answering to the demand.
That's great.
And then in addition to that, there was also a lot of sugar-free needs. A lot of people have diabetes or pre-diabetes, and they need to cut sugar or want to cut sugar. So we have sugar-free, we have low sugar, natural
great.
sweeteners we use. So we bake a lot cleaner than typical.
And that's wonderful, because people, that have these ailments or, things they need to cut back on the sugar, but everything just looks delicious, smells delicious, tastes delicious. I have had your product.
So, Linda, this is a subject that's really near and dear to my heart. My daughter, who you'll meet later, is gluten-free and dairy-free, and finding things that are wholesome, and that taste good. She's young. It's a struggle. So I'm thrilled.
Good.
Yeah, all the kids are eating all kinds of
Oh, yeah.
stuff, and then she
Oh, yeah.
can't eat it, or
Yes.
right, or she
And-
gets really sick.
Well, we
So-
won't make it unless it tastes really good.
That's
I don't
awesome.
understand.
I don't know how you do it. It's amazing.
We use a lot of, it sounds cliche, but we use a lot of really natural, wholesome, really good ingredients. And
great.
Yes.
I know people say that, but we absolutely do. And so you taste it.
Yeah, you do.
You really taste
really
it.
do.
And it makes a difference. And then your body feels good. So it's a win-win.
So we're going to bring in Gia, who's Dina's daughter, has the gluten intolerance.
She has goodies.
That's our vegan banana chocolate chip streusel muffin.
Wow.
How is it?
These are really tasty.
That's our bestseller.
Gia, thank you.
Really?
Absolutely, help yourself. Another favorite is, of course, cupcakes and cakes, and we customize those for people. And when people have multiple allergies, poor kids can't get a birthday cake.
Oh,
Yes.
And I've had people come here and they're crying because they are so happy to actually have a birthday cake. It's been maybe 10 years that they couldn't have
Oh, my.
one. So it means a lot to people. My mission is baked into every product.
That's fantastic.
That is fantastic.
Love it. So how can people find out about everything you do?
They can find us, they can order online.
Okay, great.
They can come to our retail store, and you can also look online to find out what stores in New Jersey that we sell to. And we have a distributor that sells all around to natural health food stores. So we're pretty much getting out
Okay,
there.
great. Do you want to give us your website?
Yes, it's starseedbakery.com.
Wonderful. Well, Linda, thanks again for having us. It's been amazing.
Oh.
And now we're going to go try all these things.
Yes. I'm very excited to do that.
And we'll be right back.
Do you suffer from headaches, stiff, sore joints, digestive disorders, recurring infections, emotional stress, or sleepless nights? Try Enzyme Nutrition. It's scientific, personalized, and has no side effects. Visit Susan Richter, RN, at nextlevelhealing.com. Read her reviews or reach out directly at 973-586-0626 to learn more.
Do you want to restore your tooth enamel and eliminate sensitivities? Holistic Hacker here with my #1 hack for cavities, Dentite Tooth Armor. You may think you can't heal cavities, but I've done the research and it's actually possible with Dentite. Just brush it in. Studies show within 2 minutes it begins resurfacing tooth enamel and protects teeth 4 times stronger than fluoride. Dentite is a game changer for myself and so many others. Grab some at mfoods.shop and be pain-free today.
Hi, everyone. We're here today with Cynthia Murphy, who is a transformational life coach and speaker. She's also the founder of Love Your Legacy Coaching.
Hi, Cynthia.
Cynthia.
Welcome.
Thanks for being here.
It's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so tell us how you started everything.
Well, I actually never knew that I wanted to be a life coach. However, since the time I was born, I've always been pursuing a dream. And I've always known that having a dream is really the calling of your soul to who you can become.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always pursued that, and I've been very, very blessed and fortunate in that I've actually accomplished many of my dreams. And so when I was first asked, would you like to become a life coach? I said, no, not at all, because I felt afraid, because it just was something new. And then I realized, well, wait a second, I'd been doing this my whole life anyway.
Off the books.
Off the books, not getting paid for it. So it just made sense.
Yeah. Okay.
How long have you been doing this?
I got certified in 2016, and I've been coaching since then, giving workshops, and then also leading people in group programs, and in addition to one-on-one VIP coaching programs.
So tell us a little bit how you do each of those things.
The first thing I do with a client is I actually I teach them that what they're longing for more of in their life, and in either their health, if they want more health, they want to make more money, they want to feel more fulfilled, have more vibrancy and energy, or maybe they want to find a better job. Whatever it might be, whatever someone wants more of, and then also what they are really discontented with, what they don't like. So I teach them to honor both of those streams of information, because it's very valuable in creating the foundational piece of my work, which is creating a vision.
Okay.
A crystal clear vision for where you want to end up and where you want to be. Because if you don't have that, then as we know, that energy loves structure. The universe loves structure. So we give it a structure of a vision or a blueprint for the life that you're in love with living. You make it up, you imagine it up, and then you let yourself feel it as if it's already happening.
Love it.
And that's really the magnet. And so then the energy pours through that structure and brings to you the opportunities, the people, the experiences that are necessary to actually manifest that life.
It's interesting, because when I work with kids, my message to them is do what you love in life and the opportunities will come.
Right.
And to hear that there is a professional like yourself out there literally giving people blueprints on how to do that and doing the work, building that, is so fantastic to me, and I applaud you.
Thank you so much. Well, the other really interesting piece is, I didn't know this before I became a coach, but we have a superpower, which is really about how we make decisions. And so what I love to teach my clients is how to make a decision that's based on their intuition. And because that's really one of our 6 mental faculties, like our 5 senses, but we're not trained in that.
Right.
And it really connects us to the infinite side of our nature. It's a nonlinear intelligence system. And when you can really tune into your intuition, partnering with the infinite side of your nature, because we are human, yes, it's a gift to be human, but we don't breathe ourselves. There's something else, and it's not religious, not necessarily, it's just, it's really that power that's giving us life. So when we partner with that power and really listen to what we would love more of in our life, then we can make a decision from that experience, that vibration of love. Not the vibration of, oh, what should I do? What does my family say I should do? What does the, economy say I should do? That kind of stuff. So making a decision, a powerful decision, is so important, because one more thing I'll say about that is, when I've had dreams but I haven't known how to do it, how to bring it about, that stopped me. And I find that that's a big problem for people is, well, I don't know how it can possibly happen, so therefore it's not possible. So I show people how to kind of overcome that and move forward.
When you're working with someone, typically how long is the process?
That's such a good question. Because we would love to take a pill and be just transformed, right?
Of course, right.
Yeah. Ideally, I love to work with a client minimum a year, 12 months. Although I do have a program, several of them, which are 3 months long, which is sort of an introduction and teaches you some of the foundations. But myself, I've been involved in my own work with my own coach in these principles for the past 8 years.
Wow.
And I keep going. It's a lifestyle, really, right?
Yeah, they always say it's like an onion anyway. You have to just keep
Yeah,
peeling away.
and we continue to develop, and you never get to where you want to be, right? You get by the time you get there, you're looking at what's next. It's
Right,
the process
that's
of
right.
getting there that's the enjoying ride.
Absolutely.
So, do you work with groups also?
That's a really good question. I started working just one-on-one because I was just geared that way. I loved listening and really getting to know someone very well. And then I have incorporated groups as well. And what I've noticed, it's interesting, I've noticed that people who are in groups, they have this added benefit of each other's energy and wisdom.
Yes.
So sometimes people in one of my groups have gotten better results than just one-on-one.
That's great.
Yeah.
I guess different things work for different people, but to have those options is wonderful.
Or a combo of both.
Yeah.
I'm sure you offer that, right?
Well, I'm actually just launching a new program this coming year, a 12-month program I'm calling it the Life Mastery Foundations class.
Ooh.
And then for people who want to add one-on-one as an upgrade, then I'll include that as well.
And you work with all different areas, right, in people's lives?
I do. In fact, here's a really interesting thing is when you, and I'm sure you've experienced this, when you actually improve your life in one area, let's say you learn a skill and you become a really good dancer, for example, you do social dancing, you become really good at it, and you start to feel like a growth, your energy expands, you feel good about yourself, it increases confidence, and that bleeds over into every single area. Right. So, I mean, the principle is that when you increase your awareness in one area, you actually raise your awareness and your growth in every single area of your life. You can't show up in one area as one person and be different in another, because it really is coming from inside you, right? It's an inside-out thing.
Again, I applaud you on the work that you're doing because
thank you.
You're, what Deb does and what we do together is to bring information to the masses, right? And it sounds like you're doing that in a way that people can relate to and implement.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I love, because I was so grateful, I still am, to my coach, because she's been so good at taking these universal laws and principles that we all live by, consciously or unconsciously, and really teaching me how to apply it to my everyday life, make it practical, and it's changed the game for me.
All right, so I want to put you on the spot for a second. Do you have a little tip or a tool that's something practical like that you could tell everybody?
Yes, the number one tool for transformation, it's going to sound so simple, but it is to notice what you're noticing. Notice your right knee. You just put your awareness on your right knee. And then you notice your left toes. And then you notice the tippy top of the crown of your head where your hair attaches to your scalp. Okay. And so you're noticing your body. And then if you brought your awareness to how are you feeling right now? Are you feeling calm? Are you feeling nervous? Like, notice how you're feeling. And then notice, what are your thoughts? Are you thinking about where you got to be later? Are you thinking about, wow, this is really interesting and fun, or God, this is boring, I can't wait till it's over? Notice your thoughts. And then what you can do is ask yourself this question: who is it in you? And I ask myself, who is it in me that can notice my body but isn't my body? That can notice my feelings and my thoughts but aren't those things? And that's our authentic self. When you notice it, you are greater than that. You're in tune with a part of yourself that's far greater than any condition you face, any circumstance in your life, and you can tune into that infinite side of your nature, which knows all the answers for exactly how to get what you want to have in your life. Exactly.
That's great.
So that's how you get the answer. So that's one tip, is notice what you're noticing.
Okay.
Very well said. I love it.
I think you said that you had a special offering for our guests today.
Yes. So my free gift that I'm offering today to your viewers is a guide to creating an abundant mindset. So for anyone who's interested, you'll see the QR code on the screen, also the website. You can access the free gift either way, and you're going to receive different tips, tools, and updates from a couple of emails a month that I send out.
That's great. Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate that.
My pleasure.
All right, so everybody do the QR code, get your free gift. Cynthia, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Deb. Thank you very much. And Dee, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's great to have you. And we'll be right back after this. We want to invite you to the ultimate live intuitive event. With renowned experts, we're about to embark on a mind-blowing experience.
Get ready for an extraordinary journey into the realm of the unknown. Whether it's matters of the heart, career choices, or spiritual growth, we've got you covered.
During the panel discussions, we are ready to take your burning questions and provide you with profound insights.
We have vendors, healing sessions, mini workshops, wine tasting, food, and more.
To find out more about everything we have, go to wellnessgala.com. We look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for watching today, and be sure to check out balanceyourlife.tv and subscribe to our YouTube channel.